Today we're going to make some symmetric art. You're going to need some paper. It's best if you have heavyweight or construction paper. This is cardstock. It's a little heavier than regular paper. Regular paper will work, but it'll get a little wet and soggy. Paintbrush, some paints, scissors, and let's begin. We've talked about how symmetric means the same on both sides. So an artwork that has things that are same on both sides. It could be that it's vertically symmetric. It could be horizontally symmetric. It could be diagonally symmetric. We're going to make something to start with that is symmetric this way. So we're going to fold our paper in half. Now line up the edges of our paper. Hold them down, spread your fingers out, slide your finger to the middle, up and down. Now we're going to open it up like it's a laptop. And we're only going to put paint on one side. On the other side, we're going to make it symmetric. So I'm going to start with yellow. It's my lightest color. I'm going to put just kind of blobs because in a minute I'm going to squish my paper close. So I'm going to put some blobs of yellow. Notice when I have extra on my brush, I just sort of twist it off so I don't have to clean my brush. It's okay if I have a little mixing because that's going to happen anyway. Let's get some green. More green. I'm going to put a blob of green kind of near the middle. Get the extra off. Blue. And put some blue near the middle. Another blue over here. Get the extra off. And purple. I don't have any over here. Let's do purple. I'm going to do a pretty big blob over here, in fact. It needs to be kind of wet and blobby. I'm going to make another one here. Near the middle. Make a little more purple over here. In fact, I'm going to take just a little bit of blue and I'm going to put it kind of next to the purple there and see what happens. I'm going to put my brush to the side. I'm going to take it and I'm going to take my hand and start by the fold and push down and rub. You don't have to push too hard. Just gently rub everywhere. And open up. And it looks symmetric. We're going to come back later and do another step, but this needs to dry. While it's drying, I'm going to do one the other direction. So this time, I'm going to take my paper, I'm going to line up the edges, hold, slide to middle, and up and down. I'm going to cut this one in half and make two. Each one I'm going to fold in half again. So I'm going to line up the long edges. I have to really spread my fingers out to hold them lined up so they don't wiggle around. They keep wanting to wiggle. Put my finger slide to the middle and slide each direction. Again, I'm going to kind of open it like a laptop. I already have purple, so I think I'll put some purple here. Some more purple. Kind of diagonal bit of purple. Dripped, that's cool. Get the extra off. Blue. I'm going to do some little ones. Get the extra off. Still have a lot of green left. Kind of like the idea that I had here of having like a line of green. A little more here. Get the extra off. A little bit of yellow on here. Don't want to get too thick because it's pretty skinny and there's not as much room for it to spread out. Last time they really spread out. All right, do the same thing. I'm going to I like close the laptop, start by the fold, and spread my hands back and forth gently. A little bit leaked out. I'll have to wash the table. Ooh, that's cool. Look at that. All right, do the other side quick. Oops, I got a little bit on there, so I'm going to turn it over. Line up the edges. Hold my fingers far apart. I'm going to slide one way, then the other. Open it up like a laptop. Paint only goes on one side. It's kind of cool the way some of these colors are mixing a little bit. I'm not even going to worry about that. What happens when I put a little things close together? I can try different things this time. Look how they're kind of mixing. That's cool. I'm just using up the rest of my paint. I have to have it thick enough that it can share some to the other side to make it symmetric. Like that purple there. You can even at the end just sort of experiment. What if you scoop up all the paint that's left? So all of it that's left, scoop it up. What happens? What new color do you get? Put that somewhere. Oh, I can tell right here. Right here it's not thick enough. It's not going to work very well. All right. Let's close this one up. Remember, I'm going to kind of close it like a laptop. I start by the fold, go back and forth, and smooth it. You don't want to push too much that comes gooping out the edges too much, just enough. It goes to the other side. Ooh, that's cool. All right, these need to dry. When they're dry, we'll do our next step. All right, my paint is dry. It's time to finish our symmetric projects. We're going to turn these into a butterfly and a caterpillar. You might have other ideas, but I'm going to make a butterfly and a caterpillar. I'm going to start with the butterfly. For that, I need my symmetric painting and a Sharpie or other marker. So I'm going to look at this and I'm going to think about, what does it look like? You might decide yours looks like an alien, or maybe it looks like it goes this way and it's a different kind of a creature or a vehicle. But when I looked at it, I thought it looked like it goes this way. Could even go this way. But I was thinking these look kind of like eyes. So now I'm going to add some details with my Sharpie to make it look more like a butterfly. I'm going to add the fancy kind of antenna with those kind of feathery things on them. I'm going to pretend these are the eyes, or I'm going to make them into the eyes, actually. I can choose if I outline. I don't think I really want to outline the whole thing, but I think I might want to right here. And whatever I do on this side, I'm going to do exactly the same thing here. So I'm going to come down around here, add this little bump out, and into there. I think in here, I can make some lines that go down. And do the same thing over here. 1, 2, and the next ones are 3, 4, longer. I think I might add, oh, maybe I'll make it more like a teardrop here and a teardrop here. You don't have to add extra stuff, but you can if you want to. Just have to make sure it's symmetric on both sides. I think I'll do another teardrop here and another teardrop here. I'm going to make one more here. Make that one longer and skinnier so it kind of comes right up into this space right here. Notice how I still keep it looking symmetric. Now that I look at it, I think I might add an outline around here. I started here by the green, so I'll start here by the green. Kind of went around these different areas and connect it back in. There we go. That's really starting to look good. That looks like a cool butterfly to me. I could maybe add some things here, but I think I like the whites, so I'm just going to leave it white. All right, so the butterfly is done. Now it's time to work on the caterpillar. I have two. I could choose which one I want. This one's really cool, but I'm not sure if I think it looks more like a caterpillar or something else. This one I can see it looking like a caterpillar, so I'm going to save this one. I'll do something else with it. Now I'm going to fold it this way so that my caterpillar can kind of stand up. And I'm going to look, and I think this looks like a head, so I can't cut my fold. If I cut my fold, it'll fall apart. But I am going to cut off a little bit of this extra area, like that. And right here, I'm going to go not very much of the fold, just right to make it look like here's the head and here's the tail. And now I want to add some legs here. So you get some scrap paper that I have. It's left over from other projects. And I have some yellow and looks like I have some green. And I have those colors in my caterpillar. I'm going to cut a long rectangle. And I'm going to cut some legs. Let's keep cutting legs. Here are a bunch of legs. I'll need some yellow legs because I want to do two colors, so I'll cut some yellow ones. And then I'm going to glue them on. You can use glue stick, but my experience when using glue stick for collage kind of things is that it doesn't work as well as white glue. So I'm going to use white glue. And I'm going to take the white glue and I'm going to open up and I'm going to pour just a little bit onto my tray. This is just a lid from a container that we finished whatever food was in it. And I'll put my extra back in here at the end. I'm going to use half a cotton swab so I always know which end to hold on to. And this way I can just put a little bit where I want it. I'm going to open it up like a laptop again, and I'm going to put legs. I'm going to put yellow, green, yellow. I'm going to start on the other end at the same time, so if I run out, there'll be some on each side. I'm going to do 3 again over here, but this time I think I'm going to go green, yellow, green, and because it's a symmetric project, I'm going to go this way now and match up the same up here. So here I have green, yellow, green. I'm going to put green, yellow, green, a little bit more. Over here I did yellow, green, yellow, so I'm going to go yellow, green, yellow once I get my glue. I always put my glue on my paper instead of on here because I don't get as much on my fingers and it's not as sticky. I have some more left. So I think I'm going to just keep going. I'm going to do green, yellow, in a pattern. And then I'm going to go over here and do the same thing. Green and yellow. I have some more, so I'll do 2 more. Green and yellow. To keep my pattern going. Flip it around this way. Keep my pattern going. Yellow. Green, yellow. There we go. I have some extras. That's okay. I can use them for the other one maybe. So it has to dry before I stand it up. But when it's dry, I can stand it up. The other thing I want to do is I want to add an antenna. So this was my head because it pops up. I'm going to take my hole punch. If you have a hole punch, you can do this. Punch a hole. Put a chenille stem in. Fold it up and twist around. And now I have a symmetric caterpillar to go with my symmetric butterfly. Have fun!